welcome to another episode of Other Side Replay. I'm Wesley.
I'm Will.
And we want to talk about real quick, there's apparently been reports of a Sega Mini. This doesn't exist. If you own the Sega Mega Drive classic game console, piece of shit,
2012.
Yeah, that's been around since 2012. It's just a box that's being updated. They're changing up the game lineup a little bit, basically to cash in on Sega's 25th anniversary, and I also think to kind of coincide with Nintendo, so you think that it's actually Sega releasing this,
right?
When really it's the Chinese company that has licensed the Sega Mega Drive name, basically releasing half Sega games and half other shit that you don't care about.
So buyer beware, because
basically, if you own an Xbox 360, just get Sega's Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, because that's a great representation of what Sega was. Because I own this piece of shit, and the wireless controllers, they're very sluggish, not responsive. Don't get tricked into thinking that this is going to be like the mini Nintendo coming out. This thing's been around for a while, and honestly, it's not worth your money. There are other places you can go to play classic Sega games.
So there's no new console war.
No mini console war. And if there was, Nintendo would stomp Sega's ass again. That's why Sega makes games for Nintendo.
Now, people have been complaining that the Nintendo's only got 30 games.
It's 30 great games.
It's 30 great games.
Because even this Sega Mega Drive has about... Okay, one. Count that.
Playing Mortal Kombat 2 again in the Sonics is the only ones I'd be interested in. That
yeah,
list.
I would say at
maybe
best...
Golden Axe.
I would say at best, the Mega Drive collection has about 30... Maybe 30 good games. But the thing is you can find all those games on Sonic's Ultimate Sega Collection. The best games that are on this Mega Drive console is on that collection.
And the other downer was the controllers are wireless, and so you're trying, because of the lag time, trying to do combos with Mortal Kombat and trying to do a finisher is almost virtually impossible.
Yeah. Now, I agree. I would love more games on that mini Nintendo, but I'm not going to complain for what I'm getting, because I'm getting 30 great games.
Dude, I'm already in line for it.
So, I don't really complain, because even I think the Sonic Ultimate Collection has 40 games on it. Mm-hmm. And not all of them are great, but it is the best that Sega had to offer.
Right on.
From the Sega Genesis. So just run out and get that. It's better than this unresponsive piece of crap.
So, but before we can get to the Nintendo Mini and go retro, around the corner, a game I'm looking forward to, September 30th, Final Fantasy 15.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this one too. I think the last great Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy X. 12 wasn't horrible, but it was about 25 hours too long, and I didn't give a shit about Lightning or that she returned. I don't even really know who she is.
Right. So Final Fantasy 15, they take us more into the modern age, so you can drive your car around. It's basically your character, you're a prince who's basically, your kingdom's got betrayed by another kingdom, the Nephilim that you were going to have a peace treaty with, and they stole your crystal. It's free roaming. You just got 4 characters you're running around with.
Yeah, and I like that too, a very small cast to central on. Mm-hmm. I think that was a strength of Final Fantasy 7, 8. Well, actually, pretty much every Final Fantasy since 7, I think has, I think 12 might have been, no, even 12 had a small cast. Mm-hmm. They've all had small casts. Because I think you build character less people. Right. I mean, if you played Final Fantasy VI, did anyone give a shit about Go-Go? Do you remember Go-Go?
Right.
So yeah, I think it's great. 4 people, you can build stories. No more random battles. It's much more like going back to 12 where you can see the enemies. Right. And as you approach, they'll engage you.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, and the fight mechanics is a lot like Kingdom Hearts. So you get a choice of attack or use your item or whatever. You have to equip your magic and stuff. So magic's still in the game. Summoning's still in the game. Some of the creatures that you'll get to summon, you have to beat them, to unlock them.
Yeah, we saw the old staples.
The graphics look so freaking great.
Yeah, the graphics do look great. I mean, that scene with Ramu and Leviathan was excellent. I know Shiva will be in this game somewhere, along with Ifrit. Those are the staples right there. I think the one is Titan. That looks like Titan to me. Guy with all the shit sticking out of him.
Yeah, they confirmed Titan, Ramu, and Leviathan. So.
All right.
They have the day-night cycle. Also, weather will affect your magic. So if it's raining and you go to use fire magic,
interesting. Yeah.
Or if you're in a dry area using fire, you can actually light shit up and probably damage your own group, not just the enemies.
Yeah.
You can slow down the turn base if you need to, if you're having a problem. But other than that, it's just going to be...
Yeah, well, I think that's a great way to go.
guys.
The faster-paced action, you know.
Camping is really important in the games. You know, like in the old games, that's the only way you could save. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
Final
games.
Fantasy 2, yeah.
Yeah, you got to build camp, go save somewhere, and that's the save. So in this one, if you don't go to camp... well, going to camp benefits you in upgrading your guys or giving them perks to their battles in the following day. If you don't sleep, then your guy loses their, some abilities.
Yeah.
Like you're not as strong, kind of like Massive, or not Massive.
Well, I was going to say,
like
it reminds
Fallout.
me of Fallout Survival Mode.
Yeah,
Anyone
Fallout
who's played
does that.
Fallout Survival Mode would be familiar with this. You have to actually take care of the upkeep.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully it doesn't become a pain in the ass if you're trying to grind out and
hopefully
level up.
not. Hopefully they have a system in place, but that does sound like a good feature to have in any game,
So I'm glad that we have the open. I can go wherever, do whatever, and
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this. I just got to freaking beat Fallout and quit building stuff and doing mod shit,
Yeah.
so I
And
can beat that
I
game
really hope
and play
that-
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, and my biggest hope is that your protagonist of this game, I'm really hoping that Noctis is not an emotionally disturbed emo wreck.
Right.
That's what I loved about 10, because you had 7, Cloud was just an emotional basket case, and Squall was like the emo kid in class, with the nice coiffed hair and
Still
whatnot.
my favorite one.
But that's why I love 10, because Titus was such a departure from that, and that he was just fucking happy to be there,
Right.
He was
Glad to
just
be
a
here.
goofball, so I really want that back. I'm so tired of the brooding protagonist
Yeah.
in these games.
The game looks epic. If you've seen the trailer, again, Final Fantasy 15, September 30th.
Yeah, and they brought Marbros back. I mean, that's an enemy you can leave out, that fucking
Yeah.
plant.
So that's all we got today for replay.
All right.
We'll see you next time.